Hey everybody, Andy here with teelaunch, and now that it's officially fall and sweater weather, it's a good time to start thinking about other products that you could add into your store. And what's better than a tumbler? In this video, we're going to show you how you can easily upload your artwork and make a tumbler to make for yourself, your friends or family, or even sell to your customers in your stores.
I'm just going to show you quickly how we can go from our sketch to our final graphic all the way to mock-ups to the completed tumbler. In this video, I'm just going to quickly show you how to go about this. I'm not going to go through the whole designing process just because everybody has their own techniques and they may be using different software. What we like to use are Adobe software programs such as Illustrator and Photoshop. It's just kind of the design standard in the industry, so that's kind of what us here at teelaunch, we're trained on those. You can use other platforms such as Canva. That's a very popular platform, and there seems to be different design softwares coming out regularly. But first thing that we would need to do is we would need to draw our sketch. That's a great place to start. Go ahead and sketch your idea. This here, we're working with a ghost here. So this is what we're thinking, a ghost, so we can do a play on words. So may contain booze, because this is going in a tumbler. So the booze references ghost going boo, and then also your adult beverage. So we just kind of started out and then went through a process to get us to our final graphic. You load it into your design software and you go ahead and you sketch and you adjust and make things correctly. And then we found a couple fun typefaces to put our text on, and then we also added a couple other elements and have a silly little face on our ghost. And as you may notice, we incorporated some positive and negative space in our design here. And the reason for that is when you're creating a tumbler, any part that has a pixel or color, so in this instance, black, that is the part that gets etched out of the tumbler, revealing the stainless steel metal backing. And then anything that is transparent, such as the gray here, so if I slide this over, you can see there's nothing behind there because you can start seeing the white kind of come over through it. That is going to leave whatever color of tumbler, the powder coat, whatever color we have selected or your customer wishes to purchase. So I think a green color might look pretty good. So let's go ahead and just draw a box, select, arrange, send to back, and then let's just center this real quick, just so you can get a good idea of what the final is going to look like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this color to more of like a light silver color. Now we know this is what it's going to closely resemble on our final mock-up. Now, once we get our design to a good place and everything is one color, I prefer to save out my files in black. Before I do that, one thing I like to do is get the template, which what you would do, go to your teelaunch app, go to drinkware. We're doing a tumbler, so you could either go to drinkware again, that brings up all of our drinkware here, or you can go directly to tumblers. We're going to work with a 20-ounce tumbler today, so you would go ahead and get into the 20-ounce tumbler, and all products that require a template are gonna have a download template button here. You would go ahead and download that, hit that button. It's gonna take you to a new page with a PDF of a template, and this is what it's gonna look like. You can go ahead and download it here. I've already downloaded it onto my desktop. So what I like to do is I like to just grab it and drag it into the software program I'm working in. So now I have the correct spec and shape that I need right here, and I'm just going to lock this, add another layer, and then hide that, so that now we're just working with our artboard. And then what I like to do is I like to select my artwork, I like to copy it, so I'm on a Mac, so I'm using Command C, and then I like to paste it, so Command V on a Mac. I prefer to keep it centered vertically and horizontally within my artboard, so that's why I was using these little shortcuts here. And now I'm going to scale it in proportion down from the center, and I want it it to maximize the size of this design on the tumbler, since we don't do a full top to bottom burn or laser etch on our tumblers, so I kind of want to keep this as big as I can keep it. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to copy this, and I did the same thing with Photoshop. I just dragged the template in here and then it loads it. So now if I go to our image size here, we got 1050 by 750 pixels at 300 dpi, because that's the template that we have. So 1050 by 750, that's what we downloaded. If I drop it into Photoshop, it makes it exactly the way it needs to be. This whole artboard is going to be the design area, so I don't really need to see that. So I'm gonna Command V on a Mac, I'm gonna paste my object, and since I'm pulling it from Illustrator, I want it to be a smart object, and I can tell by this little cloud right here in this little thumbnail. And since I built it based off of the template, this is exactly how it looks in Illustrator. Everything is the same, just brings it over into Photoshop. That works really slick. And then when I hide my background here, it's showing me that we have a transparent space, and that's what we need on a tumbler. So everything that is transparent here, that is going to be the color of our tumbler. And then everything that's black, that's going to be the part that gets lasered away and turns it into the metal backing that you see on the final product. So let's go ahead. Everything is exactly how we wanted it. So let's save a copy to our desktop. And this needs to be a PNG because we want this transparency in there. Let's just name it boozetumbler.png. I'm just going to save it to my desktop quick, the largest file size. Go ahead, went ahead and saved. Now that we go back to the teelaunch app, you can see the 20-ounce insulated tumbler. This is our product information with some bullet points. This is the pricing and shipping, and these are the costs that are going to be the store owner's costs. So this is base pricing here. And then we would go ahead and we could select all the colors. All the colors are checked right here. So if I unchecked it, it will go away. If I check it, it stays. Now, upload our artwork. I've already tested this, and then I have a couple other test designs, but let's go ahead and take the new one. Okay, now it takes our artwork, loads it, and then it's just going to give us a quick little preview just so we can see, you know, sort of placement and everything based off of the file that we uploaded. If I didn't have my artwork centered, if I had it shifted off to the left, the graphic should be off to the left a little bit, just that sort of thing. And this is a pretty good size. Like I said, we don't do all the way top to bottom printing because the shape of the tumbler starts to narrow out, and then we've got some little ridges in here. You can't really see it on this illustrated preview, but that's good because if someone puts their hand on here, you can still see the full graphic. That looks good. So then we'll go ahead and go to next, title it Booze Tumbler, and again, I already did one of these. Here's our pricing. This is a suggested sale price of $32. That minus the cost, which I said goes to the user, gets us to our profit of $16, and this is excluding shipping. You can adjust prices individually, or you can update bulk pricing. And then right here, because of some platforms such as Etsy, they're only allowed to upload 10 images. So we have 0 out of 10 mock-ups selected. So we have more than 10 mock-ups, more than 10 colors, so we can only select 10, unfortunately. So what I'd like to try to do is keep everything in the fall and sort of Halloween vein. I think, okay, so teal is a really popular color, coral is a popular color. Obviously we're going to touch on oranges, greens, blacks. Maroon's a nice fall color, and then I personally like the blue colors, so I'm going to keep those. Let's also add purple. That's a good color for Halloween. So let's go ahead and create. And then it's creating, and while it's loading, we can either make another tumbler or select another product. Okay, we loaded it in. So now let's go ahead and check this out. So the variant is just going to be, you know, size, color, that sort of thing. So you can see over here we have all of the colors that we selected. Our art file is the file that you sent to teelaunch The mockup file is what is created through our mockup system from the file that you sent us, and the print file is the file that is going to go to our manufacturer, and that's what they use to create the final product. And for example, these are 20-ounce tumblers. We also have 30-ounce tumblers, travel tumblers, wine tumblers, that sort of thing. And in order to make the process a little simpler for our users, we made a universal template that automatically kind of scales down and adjusts to the proper size and spec of whatever tumbler we're using. So if this was a 30-ounce tumbler, the print file would be a little bit bigger. Since this is a 20-ounce tumbler, we took the file, adjusted it slightly to get us down to the correct spec that we need. So here we go. I'm going to go to the green one just so we can see what the final mock-up looks like. That looks strikingly similar to the final mock-up, and then you can see here that's the metal backing. Everywhere that there was a pixel, so if you remember, this was black in our graphic, that gets etched away, and then whatever is transparent gets left as our powder coat. And there we have our final design. And then from here, you would just send the product to whatever platform you're selling on. And then coming up next, we'll show you what it looks like on a real tumbler. Thanks for watching.